Hello and welcome here. So, today we'll be looking at something very crucial when it comes to learning and developing capacity in learning. My name is Vivian Annie and I'm the founder of the Proactive Parent Academy. There are many reasons why parents and their children struggle when it comes to learning. Many parents do not know where their children fall in the pedestal of learning. Many also do not know the distinctive learning challenges, learning abilities, learning capacity that their children have and how to navigate it. So it becomes literally difficult to actually help your child. And that's why we are looking at the topic today, few things that will help your child's academic success in 2024. Few things that will help your child's academic success in 2024. We are having this conversation so that parents will come to terms in the things that they should know and how to go about helping their child to create effective educational goal or intellectual goal or learning goal as the case may be. So what are these things that are important for parents to know as they create this goal in 2024? Number one, the stability of the home environment. Yes. Many parents do not know that when it comes to learning, everything that you want to teach a child starts from the home. Yes, it's not different for your child's academic success or your child's educational goals or how to help them navigate through academic challenges. It's not different. The home is your first place to start. We know that the classroom is basically, that space crafted for learning. However, learning starts from the home. So one of the ways that you can help your children, do well academically or actually build capacity when it comes to learning is to create a learning environment in your home. A child who is struggling to, for instance, take in instructions, comprehend things in the home, will not suddenly get to school and begin to, comprehend things. The child will still struggle. So it's paramount that parents understand this and make the home a safe space for learning. How and what are the ways that we can do this is to create a learning space for your children in the home. You create a learning space, a space where they get to and they just, feel like getting down to the goal of, having this kind of space. And one of the things you can do when you create learning spaces in your home or wherever you want to create it within the home space is to also make sure that you equip this space with books that will help the children learn according to their abilities and capacity, right? The overall way or the overall, what I call the cap on the head of learning is actually learning to read. So when your children develop love for reading, they will ultimately develop love for learning. So the first thing to do is to help your children get to love to read, learn to love to read in the home, develop joy for reading, develop joy for learning, and you will see that it ultimately shape how they love to learn. So one of the reasons why parents struggle so much to get their children to learn is because the children haven't developed love for learning. If you help your children to develop love for learning, they will ultimately love to learn. So you have to create a space that helps your children constantly, read, a space where they just get to and they feel the aura of, sitting here and just go through 3 or 4 pages of this book, right? Another way is to make sure that you equip your home with books, the kind of books your children love to read. I beg your pardon. Because many times we force children to read, we force children to learn. That will ultimately create fear for the child. You and I know that no one wants to learn in the atmosphere of fear. No one wants to learn in the atmosphere of unpreparedness or not just having the zeal. So when you keep forcing your children to learn, they will definitely learn to cram and just pass through exams. That is not love for learning. Love for learning makes children to become lifelong learners. They will love to learn not just the academic book, but to read, expose them to different books, self-development books, novels, not just the academic regular books, right? So there are many ways that we can help nurture the home environment and make it a safe space. A lot is already happening out there. So the home must be a place where the children get into and they feel relaxed, like they can just take this book and just go through it, within the few hours or few minutes that they have within that time, right? Number two is the school environment. Assess what is happening in the school environment with your child. Many children get home and the next day they say, I don't want to go to school. They are crying and you're saying, why won't you go to school? My friend, will you get to school? This and that. And you're just quarreling. You don't want to hear the child's perspective. You think the child does not have nothing to say. How old is he? What does he know? And all that. Parents, learn to listen to your children. One of the ways to endanger our children is lack of listening from the part of parents. Yes, because that's the way we were raised, that's the template that raised many of us. So we definitely get to raise the children we have the same way, the same pattern. So when a child basically does not have support, the kind of support he or she needs in the school environment, he will definitely struggle to learn. One of the supports is the teacher that handles your child. How are they relating? How free is the child? When you call the teacher's name or when it's schoolwork or school assessment or whatever that comes from school. The school environment must be one of the things that you are always assessing to be able to collaborate effectively to work with your child. Because if the school environment, if there's any threatening issue that threatens your child's emotional stability, your child will not develop love for learning. Number three is, I love to call them learning challenges. However, even when there are learning challenges, there are also another part called learning styles. So I'll break it down, this last point, in two ways. Learning challenges. What are the learning challenges that your child is having? Many of us parents are not eager to learn, to be able to know where and how and what to do in issues as they come up, right? So one of the learning challenges I had growing up was um, I had phobia, what we generally call the dyscalculia. Dyscalculia is fear for logical thinking. Anything that will make me get to the space where I'm cracking my brain, I'm thinking, I'm trying to do stuff. That doesn't make the child less a person. That doesn't make the child not going to learn it. It's only a challenge that can be harnessed if the parents know what to do. So mine was dyscalculia with mathematics. Once you call mathematics, I'm already sick. Once you bring up anything that will make me crack my brain and start plussing and minusing, I'm already having headache, right? So dyscalculia is one of those learning challenges that a child may have, and because you do not know how best to harness it, you keep forcing the child. Another learning challenge is um, um, dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is where a child is not, child doesn't want to write, or when they write it different ways. They turn, um, for example, an alphabet, let's say alphabet P, they turn it upside down to 9 and things like that. They just don't want to write. They don't have the capacity to just write. They don't love to write. They don't love to. So all of those things are just challenges that the child is having, that if the parents know what to do, they will arrest the situation with the right knowledge, right? And then there are many challenges like that, which we cannot take in this video. And another thing, as number four of it, is learning styles. There are children that every child, not there are children, every child have different learning style. And in these learning styles, that's their peculiar way of learning. That's the peculiarity of your child. And if you do not know what the peculiarity of your child is, you will definitely endanger your child with so much force, so much control, and all that. So, one of the things that I've seen is that the school system does not support all the learning styles. I have a child who is um, a neurodivergent person. And one of the things I usually share all the time in trying to encourage parents to understand where your child falls in is the story of this my child. My child is a neurodivergent child, and neurodivergents are these kind of children that are very playful, they can't stay still, they are always touching somebody, making issues, and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way their brain is wired, and that's the way they learn. So because they cannot sit still, many teachers cannot, contain it that a child cannot sit still. But that's their own brain wiring and it is fine. So one of the things I encourage parents is to learn on how to help these children navigate their peculiarities or their different peculiarities when it comes to learning and developing their mental capacity. So in the academy, in the Proactive Parents Academy, we have an upcoming course called Accelerate Your Child's Learning Capacity. In Accelerate Your Child's Learning Capacity, we'll be having a 5 days course with that course, 5 days of the program where we'll give you practical tools to know where your child falls in, to know what your learning challenges of your child, how to help your child navigate, and the tools to help your children in any area of challenge they have to be able to, navigate through it all. And then how to help you as the parents to know what to do when it comes to the peculiarity of your child. This will help your child develop their intellectual capacity, develop their mental capacity, and be able to create the effective goals when it comes to educational goal or intellectual goal or learning goal, as the case may be, for the year. And that's why that course is up and running now. Registration is up. You can register immediately with the link on this video and make sure you are part of that course to equip you, to empower you. When you are empowered, you will better empower the people handling your children in different spheres of life. Now, come to think of it, in a school where your child's teacher doesn't know all of the things that could be a child challenge or doesn't have the tools to support the child, and you, the parent, does not know how or what to do, then tell me what the fate of this child will be. So it is the duty of you, the parent, to learn all of these things put together and be able to collaborate with your child's school effectively, work hand in hand with your child's teacher to be able to share what it is that your child needs per time, because these are all needs of our children. So if you find this video very is interesting, please subscribe, share with other family and friends, and make sure you drop your question or what your observations are under the video so that we know how best to serve you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week as we come to share another nugget or the other in our channel. Bye.